Hi, everybody. Welcome to the SyFy Sistas podcast. I'm your host, Tamia Harper, and today I'm joined by my sisters, Sabrina Wood,
Whoop whoop,
Yvette Blackman-Tom,
hello,
and Fran T.
What's happening?
What's happening, Fran, is that we're going to be talking about a great topic today on the show. We're taking it back to Star Trek because why not? And what we want to do, because this is November and this is election month, we want to look at all those hanging chads in the Star Trek universe. Some of us are old enough to know what a hanging chad is. If you do not know the phrase hanging chad, please pause the recording right now and go look it up and then come back to us. Okay? All right. So a hanging chad. Hanging chads from Star Trek. There's all sorts of unfinished plot lines and characters that we've only seen once that you hope that you see again. Questions that go unanswered. This is what we're going to get down into the nitty gritty. Get right back to the real nitty gritty. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my jam right there. I know, right? Yvette's like, who, what? So that's the discussion today. We're going to start with TOS. I'm sure there are lots of things in TOS, obviously. It's going to be a little hard to narrow down all the one-off characters and plot lines and question marks. But here to help us narrow it down is Sabrina, because she's the master of TOS.
Well, I don't know if I'm a master as far as hanging chads go, but I know I have a couple of things in TOS that I just would like to know what the heck happened after they left that planet. So my favorite one, and now this isn't exactly a hanging chad. This is just a thought that I had when I was watching this episode for the 59th millionth time. And the episode is Arena. And after Captain Kirk fights the Gorn, and then he shows him mercy, and then that little angel-looking alien comes up and says, oh, I'm going to let both of you go, and you might be worth talking to in about, ready for this, 1,000 years. I want to see Discovery meet up with these guys because we're right about the time where we would be worth talking to. So I think they should have another appearance of the Metrons in Discovery.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. I think you're right.
I don't know. I mean, the guy was like, he seemed like some kind of all-powerful thing. I mean, because first of all, he just stopped the Gorn ship. He stopped the Enterprise. And, then he just like plunked them down on this planet and had all this stuff going on. So, and then he was like this little, like, boy looking thing. I'm like, well, who are these folks? So I don't know whether we're ready for them or they're ready for us. But I would like to see Sonequa come up against this man. I really do. I really would.
Nice.
He had nice legs too. Yeah. You talking about the guy in white, right? Okay. Yeah, he had nice legs.
Yes, we are.
Okay. And I thought that was them, when the season and the butterfly, I thought the butterfly people were them at first.
You know what, Fran? You're right. Because I did
yes.
too.
Ooh.
I did too.
Oh, I really did.
That would have been nice if they had been. But I like the butterfly people too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, well, that's mine. My first one from TOS. There you go.
Nice. Well done.
Yeah, I like that one. That was pretty good.
Okay, well, what's number? Oh, you got one, Fran?
Yeah, I thought I was doing TOS. That's why I did
okay.
TOS.
Oh, whoops, my bad. I got the wrong sister. Y'all, that was on me.
Dang.
I thought I was doing TOS.
Y'all all look alike. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, baby. We sure do, don't we?
Okay, my bad, Fran. Take it away, TOS gal.
That's all right.
My other TOS master.
That's right. Okay. This is not a one-off. Yeah, it is kind of a one-off thing, but the episode is called "The Gamesters of Triskelion.
Triskelion, yes.
Thank you. Season 2, episode 16. The lady with the green hair and the aluminum costume minus the behind.
Shauna.
She's in that one. Was her name Donna? Okay. Shauna. Okay. My question is this, and they never answered this. Remember when they were all down there, and it sounded to me like Uhura got sexually assaulted. It sounded like this happened off camera, but you heard what was going on, and Kurt was like, Uhura, and all you could hear was her, like, hollering and stuff. It was never addressed what happened to her on that planet. It was never addressed. That was my only thing, because they had got so many one-offs, and you know how those 3 seasons were. But that really bothered me, and nobody addressed it.
In none of the books and histories and things and that, nobody's ever come out and said what happened. I personally think that she whacked that guy with that water can thing. She took him out. I think she did. I think she.
Let's hope so. But they didn't address what happened.
I'm remembering that, and I'm like, I think we talked about that on an episode. I can't remember which episode.
I think it came up briefly.
Yeah, and I, every time I think about it, that's what I think. I think she got sexually assaulted.
Yeah, I do too.
See it. Yeah, I don't know how she didn't.
Right. But yeah. But they never came back to it. They never addressed it. So.
They didn't even address it in the episode. So.
That's what I'm saying. In the episode, they didn't address it.
Well, that's a good one, Fran. That's a heady one.
Yeah. That was the only thing that I could think of, because there were so many one-offs and planets and crazy stuff and all that, and so I'm like, okay, this is what I want to bring up for TOS.
Well, that's it. We like that one. That was a good one.
Good one. All
right. So, anybody else have another TOS one, or can we move on? Let's go ahead, Sabrina. Other TOS master.
We're going to stay in TOS all day long.
I'm not going to let you, girl. We got how many franchises?
All right. This is it. This is the last one. And I just want to know, this is one that they actually said something in the show about it, but I want to go back to the Iosians in a piece of the action, because Kirk said, McCoy was so worried that he left that communicator on that planet. And he said, do you really think that this is going to be a big deal? And they were like, yes, they're going to get the tri-stater or whatever the thing was, and they're going to figure out everything. And pretty soon they're going to want a piece of our action. I wanted to see that happen. I want them to go back, because, the first ship that stopped there was the Horizon, and then they contaminated the entire planet. And so now they just left a book, and that happened, from a stupid book. So if they left the communicator, all hell's gonna break loose.
Oh yeah.
So I want to know, when are they going to do this movie about the Iosians coming back and wanting a piece of the Federation? I would love it. You know what? That's some fan fiction. There's no fan fiction about this.
There is.
There is. It's got to be.
Yes, the Worlds of the Federation.
Okay. All right. I got to read that. All right, that's my last one.
What happens?
They start wearing Starfleet uniforms instead of the mobster look.
Oh God.
Okay, that's funny. But do they still act like mobsters?
No, I don't remember. No, they act like they're part of the Starfleet. They walk around talking and click click.
I wanted to know if they made a phaser, because they made those Tommy guns in a second.
Yep, they have everything.
One of my favorite episodes.
That's a good one. That's also a good one. That's fantastic. I love that.
That is a good one. I like that one.
Okay, well, if we left it up to Sabrina, we would stay in TOS this entire episode, but we are not leaving things up to Sabrina.
I be like that.
She's pouting now, y'all. Okay, so who had TNG?
Oh, that would be me. It was a lot.
I'm sure. Yeah, there really is a lot. What was what were a few that were foremost for you?
A lot were in season 1. like I always wanted to know what happened with the Turalian plague ship. Remember when
yes,
Deanna's fiance went and just left with that plague ship? Like, what happened?
Oh yeah.
Did he cure them? What happened there?
A couple of vials, and he went on the ship, and he's off with Blondie.
Yeah,
gone.
Yeah, just gone. So I was, and I've never read in any book about that. I haven't read all the books, so I don't know, but I don't remember seeing that anywhere.
I'm sorry, before we leave that episode always like made me laugh so hard because
it's hilarious.
It's hilarious. Like number one, like everything about it is hilarious, and he's like, there's the woman I've been dreaming of. Like literally we're writing a script about the woman of your dreams, yes. And the man of your dreams. She's like, literally, there's the man I've been dreaming of. Like, and they're like from distant planets. Like, come on. I love it when fantasy creeps into Star Trek and science fiction. Yeah.
And that's not even my favorite part of that episode. It's like, it's Luxana.
Well, she's always my favorite part of the episode.
Just her glory. That's our introduction to her, right? Is that the first time we see her?
No, that's not the first time.
No?
Is it the first time?
Yeah, because that's like season 1.
Oh yeah, it is.
I think it is.
Yeah, she comes she's coming for the wedding because he's supposed to marry.
Right.
Yep.
Oh yeah, she was such a bitch to the other people. Her future.
Is that the one where she?
Her future in-laws, when she was like,
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
I thought the first one was the one where. Oh, is that the same one where she's like flirting with Jean-Luc and she's like, oh, Jean-Luc.
I'm sorry. That's always the one.
No, when she was like watching it, when she first meets him.
Yes.
First meets him. Yes. Okay, so that's that episode. Same episode.
That's when he wants to pick up her bag and it's like, too hard, too heavy to pick up, and he's got it with 2 hands, he's got on that dress.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah. I love that episode. I think it's so funny when you go back and look at season 1. And I always think so it's funny, some of these hanging chads I see, I've seen them unhung in the book. So my favorite is Aldea. Remember Aldea? That's when those arrogant people took all of the kids and were like, I'm taking them and there's nothing you can do about it. I was like, somebody needs to do something. Why are we helping them? They need to pay for this, right? But I know in one of my favorite books, Dark Mirror, it's like a mirror universe. And so these fools decide they're going to kidnap the mirror universe Enterprise crew.
Oh, no.
Jean-Luc is having nothing to do with that. He decimates the whole planet. Just dead.
Just dead. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So it was on his last legs anyway. So.
Right. He was like, yeah, okay, that's the end of you guys. So I was like, yeah.
Let me put you out of your misery.
Right. But there's some good ones. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff. I always want to know what happened with Arvada 3. I think that's right. Arvada 3. Yes, I think that's right. Beverly always talks about she was part of that colony, Arvada 3, and it was supposed to be so horrible, but no one ever tells you what happened.
Where her grandmother learned all the herbs and everything.
Yeah. And it was, and they, had to be.
Oh, that planet. Oh.
Yeah. And they never, and, Jean-Luc goes, oh gosh, I didn't know you were part of that. And then that's it. Nothing.
Right. And that's all you hear about it, right?
Nothing. Yeah. They talk about it in some of the books, but they don't really, they explain it. And then some places they have it and explain it totally different. So we still don't know what happened. Yeah. There's a lot more, but those are the ones that I find kind of interesting.
Those are some highlight ones. Well, maybe we can circle back around, you guys, if we have some time at the end.
Oh, wait. Are you going to do Picard or anything like that? Or
I was thinking about it, but I know they probably don't have that much. But
they only have 2 seasons. One more from TNG. That always drives me crazy. So in 2370, I like the dates. Wesley resigns from Starfleet and goes with the Traveler.
Right.
Okay. 2379, he shows up at the wedding in Nemesis, and he's a lieutenant, junior grade.
Right.
Then in Picard, he shows up again. I think that's like 24 or something. And he's the Traveler again. So what's happening? Tell me. Give me more information. I just want.
What's happening is Nemesis happened.
Oh, oh, Nemesis.
maybe Wesley was just like doing his Traveler shtick, you know. Like,
I'll be a Lieutenant JG. Yeah.
Right. Let me just hang out in this guise for a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I want to know the whole. Yeah, I want to know all about that Traveler thing. But what was going on? Where was he going? Like, what were you doing? What were you traveling for?
Where are you going?
Wouldn't you like? I would have liked to have seen like a show about the Traveler.
Yeah,
like, you know, like the places that the Traveler went, like the life forms that the Traveler took and observed. That would have been cool.
Yep.
Are there any other travelers?
Right? Like how many travelers are out there? Because they act like there are.
Yeah.
They talk about a collective, like they use the plurals.
Right. And because I know that traveler was from a particular planet, but are all travelers from that planet? Obviously not, because Wesley's not.
Because Wesley's a traveler.
Right.
Yeah. So, and then we saw Picard.
And then I only saw that episode once, so I can't remember. Mm-hmm. It wasn't Soji. So it was Soji.
No, not Soji. The other one, Soji's precursor.
Okay. Yeah. So
I can't think of a name now.
Yeah, no, me either. I blocked it out. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah. You did.
Moving along.
Okay. Actually, that was like the one part of that season that I actually really enjoyed.
Was it?
Yeah. I really liked her plot.
5 minutes.
I know. Like, give me more Android.
More.
Okay. All right. Well, moving right along then from TNG, let's speed on to DS9.
All righty. I'm up again.
You're up again, and I got one from DS9 too, Fran.
Okay.
I got a bunch.
Yeah.
Season 1, Episode 5, Captive Pursuit, Task.
Oh, yeah.
None of them came back. I mean, I know, Smiley. I mean, homeboy helped him get away. O'Brien, right. O'Brien helped him get away.
Her name?
She went to a whole different episode. Wow.
I sure did.
That was
to the mirror
O'Brien by his whole
different
name.
universe.
I went to, because, hey.
All right.
So what's name mentioned Smiley, but Tosk, we never saw Tosk again.
Nope.
We never saw him. He never came back. I mean, we knew he got away from them then, but none of them came back from the Gamma Quadrant. Is what Tosk never visited it again, I guess, because he was a pursuit.
He wasn't coming back there. They were ready to give him up if it wasn't for O'Brien. Why would he come back to the station?
I know none of his kind came back. We never saw any of those people.
Because he put a little thing on the map. Don't go there.
True that.
Yeah.
Unless you find O'Brien.
Right. And then season 3, episode 5, Second Scan. The daughter. You remember when they kidnapped Kira?
Mm-hmm. And turned her into a Cardassian, made her look like a Cardassian and tried to play mind games with her, right?
Oh, what really happened to the daughter?
The real daughter.
What happened to the real daughter?
Yeah.
I mean, she came back up again because, we saw him and she came back up again, but we never found out what happened to the real daughter.
Read the books.
Is it in the book?
Oh, God, yes.
Well, what happened? What happened?
Yvette?
You want me to spoil it?
Yeah.
All right, so you can put a mark there, so we know we can find out what happened to her in the book.
Just if you go to I don't want to spoil it because it's
tell us which book.
Which book is it?
Ooh, I don't know exactly which one, but if you go to the post Nemesis DS9 books,
okay,
it'll be there. You can always Google, put her name in. It's Gamora. Her name is Ileana. Yeah, Ileana
Yeah.
Gamora.
Ooh,
yeah.
nice.
Not Gamora. Yeah. Ileana Gamora. I think that's their last name. But yeah, she will be. You'll find it if you Google or go on Beta, Memory Beta, and you'll find it. But she has a big storyline, a huge arc. So.
Oh wow!
Basically it's Kira.
Story.
Yeah. So.
But she never came back on the screen, so we don't really officially know what happened to her.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Then the last one I have for that is season 4, episode 14, Sons of Moog. Kern.
Oh, I know.
Kern.
Every time that comes on, all I go is Kern.
I know, right?
Kern.
Not Kern. That was sad.
He never, he didn't get his brother back. Kern just, I
can't even talk.
Kern. That's all I can say, y'all. I just,
had his mind wiped. He got a new identity, so he could
lost his family.
Oh my God!
Lost his brother. Yeah. So.
And Kern was the shit.
He was.
Yeah.
I like Kern.
Yeah.
And Tony Todd played the hell out of Kern.
Oh God, Tony Todd.
When he made me cry in both episodes.
Right?
I know. Even when he's spitting on the bridge, and I mean literally spitting, he's Tony Todd doing Kern, and we didn't see him again.
Well, he even got to me, I mean, right in the feels when Worf took the discommendation and Kern had to turn away from him, and it just breaks my heart the way he just
because of the way he did it.
Yeah,
and turns away. I'm like, Tony Todd did it again.
Yeah,
I know.
Get you in the feels.
Mm-hmm.
It does. So that's all I got for DS9, y'all.
Okay, I got one. Oh,
there's a book for that too.
Wait,
really?
Back up a book.
Mm-hmm. That's all I got because I don't remember where it is, but it's definitely in the same type of thing as.
So we got to read these post Nemesis DS9 books, right? Because it's all this stuff. All right,
not all of them, but some of them.
Like Christmas reading.
Yeah, that sounds like good. That sounds like where some meaty stuff is, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have what DS9 won. Season 3, episode 9, Defiant. Tom Riker. What happened to him?
Hello.
Oh,
I'll tell you something. They love Tom Riker in the books.
He got off that planet.
Right.
He got off of Cardassia.
That prison.
The prison planet.
Especially because the war's over, they got all messed up. He broke out of there.
Tom Riker was going to go cause some trouble somewhere.
Where is Tom Riker?
Where is he in the books, Yvette?
So he has a big arc, Mzadi 2. You'll find out all about him. Mzadi 2. That was like everything that happened to him after you see him in Defiant, that episode. You find out what happens to him. And then I don't want to tell you because it's really good.
Okay.
It's really good.
You pointed us in the direction.
Yeah, because I remember that was, and when I think of Tom Riker, I always think of that. I don't feel that way about a hanging Chad because it's a good story. They gave you a lot, and then he comes back. Up. Right. He comes back. I think it's in the fall, the trilogy, The Fall. I think he's in there. This is after Mzadi. And then there's a comic book also, a DS9 comic book that he's in. I don't remember the name of it, but he's definitely in that one. And I think the comic book might be right after Mzadi. So Mzadi takes you from Defiant to I think it might be the end of the war. I'm not sure, but it's definitely not end of the season. It's not. I think it's end of the war. It might be, but it's good.
Nice.
He's got a nice meaty storyline, so it's good.
Well, that's good to know because I couldn't help but like myself some Tom Riker, even though he was acting like a little, I'm like, it's just a phase.
Ooh, we let Jonathan Frakes get away with a lot, don't we?
We sure do.
Yeah, we do.
Sabrina, didn't you say you had a DS9 one?
I have a couple of them. This is just
narrow it down.
No, I wanted, and it's not even one, but we kind of know what happened. I wanted them to go back to the moon where they left Kaiopaka.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you trying to tell me you can't figure out something to get all those people off of that moon. You found out that this crazy ass shit was going on and these people were dying over and over and over again. And you didn't send somebody back there to figure out how to get that network down. At least to let these dead people rest.
Right.
That's what they wanted. Yeah. But even if you could, maybe you could figure out how to bring Kaiopaka back. Because you know how much I hate Kai Wynn. That one hurt me so much because I love that actress. Mm-hmm. I was so excited. I love the way she took Cisco's ear and everything. I just love the whole thing. She was so excited to finally go into the wormhole. Here she was, had heard about the prophets all her life. She's going into the wormhole, and then all this stuff happens. It's like, oh man. But I wanted to revisit that one. I did not like that ending, and I did not like that ending, especially because of Kai Wynn.
Mm-hmm. And then actor
Kaiopaka.
She died. She recently died.
Yes, she did.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, she you can find out more about her also in the books. Rising Sun is the one that Jake actually has a big part in. That one is like one of the few books where his character is like a major player, and she's in that one. And Warped and Unity, those are all DS9.
Is this before she goes to that moon?
This is after.
After the moon?
After the moon.
Oh, dang.
See, you know what we should have titled the show? This show should have been titled, like, what Star Trek books are good for.
I've been telling y'all that it doesn't end. There's no hanging chads with the books. Unfortunately, they're not canon, so,
No.
But great entertainment.
But they're fun.
Well, yeah, especially when you didn't have any Star Trek.
Exactly.
Just remember this whole 20 years of books was all because we didn't have no new Star Trek. So, we always had new Star Trek with the books.
Every month.
Yeah.
All right, what's another one, real quick, Sabrina, from Deep Space Nine?
I want to know, after the end of the Dominion War, what did the Federation do about the Jem'Hadar? Don't tell me you let these people still be addicted to Ketracel White. Don't tell me you left these people still be this crazy militaristic force. You made the Dominion. You made the founders stand down. So what did you do with this incredible army they had? You just let them run around? Because some of them were starting to break loose too. They weren't even addicted to Ketracel White anymore. So I want to know, you're not going to just let all these Jem'Hadar be running around. So what did you do with them?
But the Jem'Hadar weren't running around in the Alpha Quadrant. They all went back.
Yeah.
No, they were. Yeah, I know, but aren't we still going back and forth? We're friends now with the Dominion.
No, we're not friends with the Dominion.
We're never going back to the Gamma Quadrant.
I don't know any place that we became friends with the Dominion.
No, not friends with them. But so, are you saying that after this ends, the Federation pulls back and they give up everything in the Gamma Quadrant? That's part of the peace accord.
We didn't have anything in the Gamma Quadrant.
They were running in. That's why the Dominion came over.
We just kept going in there, like trying to get something, trying to get a toehold, but we never had a toehold.
Because when they had New Bajor, they got rid of that real quick. That was over.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing.
Jem'Hadar scare me.
Yeah, they are scary. They are scary.
But I guess they would, follow whatever the founders said.
Yeah.
Whatever the founders said, I think they would follow their lead.
Yeah. I think they all just went back to the Gamma Quadrant. I don't think anybody they didn't stay. Yeah, we didn't have any.
No, there's nothing in the books about what happened in the Gamma Quadrant.
The Federation.
I caught myself saying that earlier too. I'm like,
the Federation had no pull when it comes to the Jem'Hadar. They had nothing. The founders said, okay, that lady got to go to jail and war crimes, and everybody else went back to the Gamma Quadrant. So.
All right, I have another question then.
Okay.
What happened to the other 98 changelings that they sent out? They said 100 changelings.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And we found Odo, and Odo found one other.
Yeah. Infants.
Yep, all as infants. Where are the other 98?
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting.
That's a great fan fiction right there.
Yeah.
Who's going to be? If you write it, let me know. I will read it.
It's not in the books. I want to know, because that's some wild stuff to have running around. You don't know what they're doing. Well,
I don't think they talk about. I think they put a new spin on those 100, because they call them the 100.
The 100,
right?
Mm-hmm.
The 100. Don't remember it very well. The Worlds of DS9. So they did like 4 books, I think it was. The Worlds of DS9, and Dominion was one of them. And I believe they talked about it there, but they put a different spin on them. Like they weren't infants, they were something else. So I'm not sure exactly what that was about. I can't remember.
That always fascinated me that you.
Yeah, when you said it and you had mentioned it before, and I was like, I don't think they ever talked about that again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What happened?
Right. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, it actually is. That's a real scary thought right there.
Mm-hmm. So.
All right. So that's what I had. Well, I had one more DS9 one, but go ahead. I think somebody else must have one.
Well, I don't know. Anybody else have a DS9 one? Because I want to kind of move it on to. But go ahead. What's the last one?
What happened to Rugal? Did we know?
Oh,
what happened to who?
Yeah, he has a good story.
The Cardassian kid that was being raised on Bajor, and he was having some serious identity crises.
Yeah.
And he's probably a grown man, and what does that do to him? Like, what does he become? Like, what happened?
Yeah, that's a good one. This they were playing tug of war, because didn't they end up sending him back to Cardassia with his biological family?
Back to Cardassia.
With his father, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He had such self-hate going on.
A lot of stuff. They had like brainwashed that child to hate himself and all Cardassians, which is so sad.
It was sad on so many levels.
My God. Yes, it was.
So many levels.
That one, I always wondered what happened to him.
If you want to know canon, Una McCormick's book, which I actually love because I'm not a big fan of hers, but this book I love, The Never Ending Sacrifice. That's a good one. It's very Rugal centered. It's a lot going on, but he's a big part of it. It's really good. It's very complicated, which it should be because that storyline was complicated. But it's very, very, very well done. Never Ending Sacrifice. Yeah. That's a good one.
Wow. That just took me back. That show was that particular episode was so deep on so many levels. And then, did the best thing that science fiction should be doing, and which is letting us look at our own, our own world and society through there, because, we can plug in, different cultures, people from our own experience, and, it's, yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah. That's a good one. Okay. Well, I'm going to take us back up, because now we're going to talk about Voyager. Does anybody have anything from Voyager?
Yes.
Tell me.
I want to know, remember that planet where Jadzia fell in love with that guy, and the planet only lasted in our world for so many minutes?
That's
DS9.
That's
really
DS9,
fast.
not Voyager, but yeah.
Oh, that's right. It sure was. Never mind.
You just said Jadzia.
But
okay, no, all right. No. I'll stay with fast spinning, slow spinning planets. Blink of an eye. Then that's what I was confusing it with.
There you go.
That's a good.
Blink of an eye.
That's actually a very good episode. I
want to go back there.
Voyager episode.
Okay, so that's the one where the Doctor goes down on the surface of the planet, right? And
lives
like this whole entire life cycle and gets married.
For like 5 years and 5 minutes or something.
That was a great episode.
Yeah.
So now what's your hanging Chad part about it?
I want to go back because I remember the end the Voyager leaves, and their whole myth is gone now.
Mm-hmm.
And they are. How did they ever figure out how to get out of that gravitational whatever it was that separated them from the rest of the universe? You know, I mean, they were just so slow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no, see, I'm confusing them again. They were just
They
so
were so
slow.
fast.
They weren't. Well, no, because even when they left their planet and they came to Voyager, they could only last for so long, right? Wasn't that right? When they got on the ship, yeah, they burned up.
They were fast.
They were fast.
They were fast,
Yeah,
right?
They were faster than the rest of the universe. I don't think anything was good. It's just that was just what they were, I think.
Yeah,
like
the
planet that disappears. That's the way it is.
They were never going to be able to be, anywhere else
with the rest of the universe or galaxy or whatever.
That's
the way
they hanging Chad. I don't understand. What's the hanging Chad for it?
Yeah, but that's the way
they ever
existed.
figure out any way to get into the rest of the universe, or they're still stuck on their own planet by themselves forever and ever.
Oh, they're stuck, man.
They're stuck, man. I think that's who they want. That's who they are.
Yeah,
I just remember him sitting on that hillside, looking out into space, and just like, you ain't never gonna get out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they will not be a final frontier for them.
Yeah,
I thought that was
their lot.
Can't be. You know, they had the scientists. Somebody's gonna figure something out.
Well, seeing as Voyager is not really like my jam. I mean, like, I like it. I don't dislike it. I just don't know it well enough to like be like, I remember this one and what happened there.
Yeah,
I want to know.
I'm supposed to because it's our show. But
the ones that I want to know about, I already know because of Picard. I'm like, I always want to know
which one. Like,
I always wanted to know what happened to the what's the name, to the kids. Like, what happened to the kids? I mean, we don't know what happened to the other kids, but we definitely know what happened to each of.
Yeah.
You mean the Borg kids?
Yeah, the Borg kids. That's the only Borg kids. I was like, oh wow, because they all had
and then the little girl.
Yeah. Damn, Egypt.
I want to know. Actually, I want to know what happened to those Klingons that they ran into out there in the Delta Quadrant, who were on the generational ship, and they thought that B'Elanna's baby was the whatever.
The second coming or first coming or whatever.
Yeah, like what happened to those brothers? They were just out there. So they're still in the Delta Quadrant. Didn't they settle on a planet or something? Don't even know.
I have no idea.
You don't remember that episode? That was
I totally remember that episode.
I remember the episode, but I don't remember the episode.
They were on a generational ship, and they were like going after some Klingon myth that they thought was the truth, and they had been traveling for hundreds of years on this ship. And then by the time they get to Voyager, they believe that B'Elanna's baby is the thing they're looking for. So they blew up their ship, and now they're on Voyager, and the Captain Janeway put them on a planet. I'm like, you could just leave. Like, what happened to them?
Oh, Janeway.
You got these Klingons in the Delta Quadrant. Anybody going to tell, Kronos that they got some people?
Maybe they'll meet them on. Maybe Protostar will go there.
Right.
There you go.
Swing by that planet.
Listen, somebody needs to check on them. Next thing you know, you got a con coming after you.
Hey.
You left my ass on this planet. You didn't know the moon blew up, and
oh.
I would check on a brother.
Oh my gosh.
That's the one that I always want to know. What happened? What happened to those guys?
What happened was.
You see?
All right.
Okay. Well, Voyager. Okay, we're gonna move on because we're gonna ask those of you who are listening, if you have hanging chads from Voyager, definitely write us and let us know. All right, Luce.
I got another one.
We're talking to you. Okay, Sabrina's got another one.
No, I want to know what happened to the people that were with the 47, the 37, Amelia Earhart and all them. And they had a whole colony of Earth people that was hanging out there. Like, what happened to those guys? There's a lot of people left in the Delta Quadrant.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Well, they were there. They were there before.
Right?
Yeah.
before Voyager showed up.
Before Voyager showed up.
Okay, I want to move on. I want to move on to new Trek.
Well,
are you guys ready?
Nothing
about Enterprise.
Daggone it! Once again, I forgot about Enterprise. My bad, Sabrina. I mean, I don't intend to impart disrespect. It just sort of happened like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of shade in all those statements.
No shade intended. My bad, Enterprise and Enterprise fans. Let's go back and talk about hanging chads in Enterprise. How was that? Was that good?
Very good. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Cool.
They tied everything up pretty well in Enterprise, as far as I know. But
see, that's why I skipped right on over it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Daniels, they tied him up. They thought that whole storyline got tied up. So we know what happened with Daniels, although I thought that was a fascinating character there. Yeah, and then Section 31, they had that whole little thing going on. So that was all done. So yeah, they Enterprise was pretty neat. They tied this stuff up good. Although I would like to know what happened to that stupid town, North Star. Although that's one of my least favorite episodes of the entire franchise. That was just so bizarre.
The cowboy planet?
Yeah, the cowboy one, like Cowboys and Aliens. Only Enterprise pulled that one. So whatever happened, it's kind of like New Eden, North Star, all these colonies, Terra Nova. What happened to all these crazy colonies?
Stop skipping ahead. Yo, wow.
Those are all like the Earth colonies. What happened to those? Yeah, what happened to the Earth colonies?
Like, remember the one where, going backwards, the one where Cisco was in the punishment box?
Yes. Somebody needs. Oh, were they Earth people?
Yeah, they were.
Okay.
Who rejected technology?
They found out that
kind of, sort of,
because she sabotaged the ship so that their asses would crash.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
She rejected. She totally rejected technology, though.
Did she really?
Well, they arrested her. Didn't they take her out of there?
Did she really?
Oh yeah, she's gone. Yeah, she went on. She's somewhere.
Be careful of your false messiahs. Be careful now.
Yeah.
She was a piece of work.
Yes, she was.
Okay, I'm sorry. I took us backwards.
All the Earth colonies need to check in.
All right, so yeah, okay, yeah. Roll call, Earth colonies. All right, Enterprise, you good? Enterprise is good. Okay, now can we go to new Trek?
Gone.
Okay.
What are we doing? Disco?
Yeah, I wasn't going to.
All right, because they got 5. Okay, I guess you could do them. Yeah. I guess
right.
So,
well, who? What
they got 5. No, because they haven't been on. They've been on the longest. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I have some. Like I got a couple from Disco, mostly in season 2. Because I just sort of wrote off season 1. Like season 1's like, okay, whatever. It's not wrote it off, but I mean, it's like it's a reset. They did a hard reset, so it's like. Whatever didn't get answered, everything didn't get answered. Like we're doing an entirely new story.
All of it.
All of it. So all of season 1, Disco, hanging Chad. Bam. Okay. So season 2. All right. Sabrina actually said my one. The people of Terra Elysium. I wanted to know.
Sorry.
I wanted to revisit them again.
Which one are they?
New Eden.
Oh,
season
New
2,
Eden.
episode
Okay, that's
2.
right. New Eden. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Jacob? What was his name? Jacob?
I think so. Yeah. So I wanted to know what happened to them after, did the brother hold on to his promise and not reveal the piece of technology, or was it just too good, too tempting to be like, I told you so, because he Pike traded an answer for he traded an answer, right? Not a piece of technology. He traded an answer for the book, right?
For the battery.
The battery that told us,
the
battery.
The tape. He got the tape.
That's what I'm thinking about. The tape.
Yeah,
Pike got the tape, and he gave him that the power cell.
Right, and so was it did it eventually get too tempting for him? You know, because when you're living around a bunch of people who are like, no, we're right. And you literally have the truth right in front of you. Like, is he like, oh, fine. No, you're not. Here's the truth. You're idiots, you know? Or was he like able to keep his cool the whole time? And you know what I mean? Like,
I totally believe that place is totally changed. I mean, the minute those lights went on that church, you know, I don't know how they could not.
No.
How do they not go forward from there?
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I
really wish that we had actually ended up on Terra Elysium.
Yeah,
you know, like,
that really
went out
that. Yeah, I was definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, the whole Red Angel mystery leading to Terra Elysium, I felt like it was such a letdown.
It was.
To that, like, oh, we missed the spot. Why? How?
Yeah. For what reason?
Friggity frack. Why are we missing the spot? Like, you led up the whole damn thing to this seat. Ugh.
And then nothing. I mean, just.
Well, they just mentioned, remember?
Yeah, but that's what, I mean, they talked about it the whole. You know, it was supposed to be the target, and then nothing. Yeah. And then her mother didn't even end up there. I was like, wait, what? Exactly. I don't even understand that one.
Right.
So, but
reset.
Yeah. So that was that one.
That's a good one. That's a good one to me. I like.
She just said, "Well, we tried to do we contacted Terra Elysium. Took us months to get an answer back from them. So I'm thinking they weren't that far advanced. I think that it was a throwaway line, but I think it kind of explained that they didn't get like real fast in technology either.
Well, they had one battery. They only had one battery.
It was a power cell, not a battery.
Whatever. I mean, a power cell and a battery.
It wasn't an energizer.
Really do the same thing.
It wasn't a double D or anything like that.
A power cell and a battery it's just a big battery. It's just a fancy battery. Whatever. It's the same.
It lasts
thing.
a little longer than an energizer.
You know, it's still a damn battery though.
She told what's name well, we contacted Terra Elysium and it took us months to get an answer back from them.
Right.
That's all. That was it for Terra Elysium.
That was it.
That was it. All right. Well, I got another one from Disco. Okay. First of all, Ash Tyler. That's it. Ash Tyler. That's a big ass hanging Chad right there. Ash Tyler. What happened to Ash? Where is he? He's supposed to be. We saw the big reveal. He's got the black com badge. Like,
right.
Look, and Giorgio's all like, come with us with the black com badge. And I'm like, yes, that means we're gonna get a spin-off. We're gonna get a spin-off. Psych. Nothing. We don't talk about Ash. We don't see Ash again. Him and Giorgio.
Well, Giorgio she went back home, so.
Well, we don't know where she went.
We don't know where she went.
We have no idea where she went.
They say she went back home.
I just saw that episode too. We have no idea where she went. It's just whatever the time period that the Mirror and the Prime Universe are close together. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Right, but not where. Just when.
Just when. And when could be a lot of things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When could be back in Enterprise time, Strange New World time.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely close back then.
Oh boy.
And then my last hanging Chad from Disco is at the end of season 3. When Stamets gives Burnham that stink eye.
Ooh.
Right? Like, because Burnham has said, like, nah, shorty, I'm not letting you save your family. You can't compromise the mission for everybody else. Like, they made this choice and I'm putting you in a shaft and sending you all the way across to another ship where you can't do any damage. And he gives her that nasty, nasty stink eye in that last episode. And they leave it like that. And then you come back in season 4 and they're all buddy-buddy. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no stink eye. There's no explanation. There's no nothing. I mean, I thought, like, you literally ended a season on that look. And then it's not addressed at all. We're just like, poof, just gloss it over. That's like that passive-aggressive household where, like, everybody gets in arguments, but nobody acts like there's been an argument.
Well, he kind of
address it at all.
He kind of addressed it, but it was a joke. He made
it
that's
it off. Though that was it. Like, I mean, this was a big moment at the finale, at the season finale, and it was like they were drawing up to this character arc, and then it was just like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, we did that. So I was like, why put it in at all? You know, like they called our attention to that fact. So I don't know. That's just me. I guess am I alone on that one?
No, you're not. I think they kind of dropped that. I don't. They just seem like they just can't figure out what they want to write about sometimes. Like I want an arc, and then the arc just goes off into space.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot more that we could call out from Disco, I'm sure, but those were some of the big ones for me.
Yeah. I just want to know. I guess these are hanging chads. So we have all these characters that they left behind that are essential to that time period, like you know, the Chancellor, the Klingon Chancellor, L'Rell. L'Rell. Where's L'Rell?
Mm-hmm. Yep,
where's Tyler? Because he's the head of Section 31 in that time period, so we should see him. I mean, probably everybody that was left back when, you know, that they left should be probably in Strange New Worlds. Hopefully we'll see them, but we definitely should be seeing L'Rell. You know, I mean,
yeah,
the Klingons are coming, from what I understand, so hopefully we'll see her. And we definitely, you were saying what happened to Tyler, and hopefully we'll see him, you know, somewhere. He's still around. He's definitely working with Section 31 during that time. Probably should see, you know, Amanda and Sarek again. You know, they're still there.
That would be good.
You know, yeah. Maybe, you know, yeah. Why wouldn't we? Maybe not. I don't know.
So
I think Spock has not seen Sarek in a long time, right?
Right.
But that's not the same for his mother.
Right.
So we should see Amanda. Yeah. So those characters, I would like to see, you know, see them back again.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's all I got for Disco.
Yeah.
All right. And what about anybody got any for Lower Decks?
I don't know if they're ready yet. I don't know if we could actually do that. Oh, you do?
I do have one.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, so season 2, episode 2, Kayshawn, his eyes open, right? And so that's the episode when Boimler comes back to the Cerritos, and they're all at the end scene, they're all in 10 Forward or whatever their little place is, right? And Mariner, like they've been hanging out with the black guy, right? Jet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's his name? Manhaver. Yeah. So like, she's finally gelling with Jet, and like they're all cool. And Boimler comes back, and she just like pushes him aside. She's like, Boimler, and everybody's like, da da da. And they're like, and then they were like, hey, go get us. Like they were like, why don't you go get us some stuff? Like they treated him so bad, and then he cut them this look like. And I really thought that they were going to come back and like build Jet up as like a villain or a bad guy, you know.
That's why I say you just
rejection.
We still got so many.
It's a little early.
It's a little early, so who knows?
Who
knows? Because they usually tie things up pretty neatly.
Mm-hmm. And they didn't tie that one up. I mean, like we saw Jet, and we've seen Jet again, but he's not close with the gang anymore. Just working along like That's the only one I have from Lower Decks because it's too new.
Oh yeah, Can we go back to TNG? Okay, so remember the defector? I just saw this in my notes. Remember Admiral Jarok?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he kills himself at the end, and he leaves a letter for his wife and daughter. And with all of the stuff that's happening with the Romulans, I'm wondering, did they ever get that note to his family? I mean, there's definitely been the opportunity to do it in canon because, Romulus is gone and, everybody, people, Picard is going back and shuffling along people to other planets. So I'm wondering if that note ever got to, to his wife and daughter.
Yeah. No, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Or even the Voyager notes in Eye of the Needle. Did anyone ever find them?
When they finally found, like, were able to try to send letters home.
To that Romulan, and then he died before he was supposed
to. Right.
Wow. Yes.
Wow.
That
would be funny if they, they turned up and everybody,
But he was in a different time, wasn't he?
Yeah, but it's only 10 years.
Oh, only 10 years. Okay. Wow. That's a good one.
There'll be some letter in there. I hate Janeway and I hope she's... Seska said some shit back or something. There'll be something wild in there.
Was Seska alive when they did that?
Yeah, it was first season.
It's first season.
First season.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I'm thinking. You know what I'm thinking of? That's why I'm really not good with the Voyager titles. I was thinking about something else, like when in the end when they were sending stuff back and forth.
No,
the Alpha Quadrant.
Okay, the wormhole.
Yes.
And that. Yeah,
that
so
Romulan
with that whole cache of letters that is lost somewhere.
Yeah, because he was supposed to give it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then they found out that he died. He never released the letters, but he had them.
He still had them.
Yeah. He said he would get them out to when he would send them at the appropriate time. So I could just imagine Seska putting something in there that was gonna,
Peanut and Hamper of Voyager.
Yeah. The Jack in the Box letter, like telling everybody everything.
Letters to the Marquis. This is where we are.
Right.
Right here, big arrow.
We are here.
What happened to her baby? Oh, the baby died, didn't it?
Did the baby die?
Baby died?
No, I don't think the baby died. She died. I don't think the baby
speaking
died.
of babies, what happened to that Borg baby? The baby that came with the kids.
Yeah, what did happen to the Borg baby?
Because I know they took that baby to the ship. And then that was it. There was no more baby. Right? Am I wrong?
We never saw the baby again.
That was
what y'all talking? Voyager?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. The Borg baby.
Okay, not ringing a bell.
Remember there was the Jemadar baby, but that baby.
Of my mind.
Right. So did they.
Not ringing a bell.
And a side note for Jarok. So there is an unhung Chad with that as a short story called "The Sky's the Limit." I like that story because it actually puts a lot of episodes together. So it's right. So the story is set right before, or I can't remember I think it's right when In the Pale Moonlight is happening. And Picard finds a way to get that letter to his family. So it's a short story, but it's actually very good. It's a good one. So these are all, I'm just putting them out there because, if you want to find something for your hanging Chad, there you go. There you go.
And I know that there are some people out there who appreciate it. They're not named Fran Taylor, but
I'm up, just so the people will know, I'm up if it didn't happen on the screen, I pay no attention to it.
That's fine.
I got one last question.
I'm not saying that it's not canon. I'm saying
it's not canon. They're not canon. It's not canon.
No,
but it was the 20 years or without Star Trek, new Star Trek. It was something that we had to fill that void.
Yeah, new stories.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sorry, go ahead, Fran.
I just see that any author can just make up what they want to make up. That's why I don't, I'm not a book fan. Because they can, this author can say this happened, that author can say that happened. It's like, okay, anybody can say whatever they want to say happened. So
Well, they tried to work together a lot of times and have some continuity and stuff.
Yeah, it was a whole universe.
It was like
it wasn't a Mashagosh. It was it was a whole
a marsh. Is that the word you're looking for? Marsh.
No, Mashagosh.
No, she.
I don't know what a Mashagosh is. I never heard of that word before.
Okay, I think we get the meaning of it though.
So it's a whole universe set in the Trek Litterverse. So there's a whole bunch of Trek authors who work together and put this whole thing together. So it's out there.
Yeah, it's not. I'll put it. I'll translate Moshgosh. Higgly piggly.
That's it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, well, I've exhausted all of my hanging chads that I have down. For anybody else got any?
I got one more.
Okay, I knew you did, girl.
Yeah, I'm going back. What happened to the Organians?
The who?
Organian peace treaty, or they
that was the neutral zone people.
Yeah, they came in there. They're the reasons why we don't have a cloaking device. All this mess that we're doing for these people that never showed up again. It's like, why are we still listening to whatever these guys say? I think we saw them just in that one with the Kirk and the Klingons they're on that planet. And then they turn into these light beings, and they say they're not going to let anybody fight. And then the next thing I know, we have been stumbling along with no cloaking device for like 150 years.
I think that's over now, though, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so where did they go?
The Protostar has a cloaking device. So
where were they? Where are they?
We can't be the only ones in the galaxy without a cloaking device. Yeah.
Because some no-show people said so. I'm like, they didn't come back.
Some damn alien said, no, you can't have a cloaking device. Like, okay, guess we can't have a cloaking device.
That used to make me so crazy. I was glad when Kirk went in there and stole that shit.
Oh my God, yes. He did, didn't he?
Right, so I just want to know where
Bob
those
fell in love or lust or whatever he was in. Okay. Kurt was stealing his behind off. Okay.
That was so funny. He just went in there and took it and came
Then it with his Romulan ears.
So that is it for me. I have listed everything. Let me look. Yes. I don't have any other questions.
Okay. Yvette, you had some more, didn't you?
I think I only had one. Oh, Jean-Luc, there's something I've been meaning to tell you.
Oh, was that from the episode where Beverly? No, that's no. I was about to say when Beverly and Jean-Luc shared each other's brain.
No, it was from 2 episodes. I think it was 3, but I can only remember 2.
Was it Beverly?
It was Beverly.
Right, it was Beverly.
So it was the high ground when she got kidnapped. Mm-hmm. And then Remember Me. When she comes on the bridge and it's just him and her, and she goes,
right.
She goes, so you think it's perfectly fine that the two of us are just floating around space all alone.
Like she's like everybody keeps disappearing.
Yeah. But she says it twice, and man, they never said anything.
Yeah, that's a good.
That was the end of it. So
something I've been meaning to tell you.
And then the writers changed.
Right.
We're not going that way.
And they're like, no.
Could have been the writer's strike.
No, the writer's strike was like the 2nd season.
Oh.
No
this
love
was like the third and 4th season.
We're going to bring in all these other women that Picard is going to be interested in, and Beverly is just going to be okay with it because, because why not?
Why not? I love watching the guy I love hit on all these other women.
Right, and have other girlfriends and introduce me to them and like make me want to like have meals with them and crap. Like, cause
but nobody did that more than Will and Troy.
Oof.
And then they wound up married to each other.
Yeah, but they seem like they actually had an understanding of freedom
because
with
they
each
always.
other.
That's another thing. I don't know if it's a hanging chad, but they always found a way to be together some kind of way. Like we didn't know if they were together or if they weren't together.
Yeah,
was there something going on? Was there nothing?
But Riker was hoeing.
So but every once in a while,
Troy was
Troy did too. You know, I'm not calling her.
They grown. They were grown folks doing grown folks things.
But that really fits into kind of like original, original Trek. That was supposed to sex and stuff was supposed to have much more casual and liberated and adult, mature attitudes around sex and sexual relationships, right? So.
Right.
Troy and Riker seemed like they sort of carried on the original intent of how you do it. All right, sex is a thing, but relationships are comprised of so much more. And go do you. I'll see you when you get back around.
That was definitely
if I find an exact double of you, I'm gonna go with it. In your face. How about that,
Tom Riker?
That was rough.
I don't see the problem with Beverly and Picard. Then I don't see the problem.
They didn't seem to have that same enlightened attitude and respect for one another with it. And the way it was treated by the writers was also really different. Because there was nothing equal about it. There was nothing like a share. I don't even know how to describe it. It just seemed like they always sort of left her pining. They always sort of left her pining. Gave her a damn
until
ghost.
She said no.
Right.
Said, no, I'm not interested.
I'm tired of you. I'm tired of this.
But they always, to me, you kind of wondered for a while if Wesley's was if Picard was Wesley's father for a while.
Really? Did you?
Yes, I did. I've
heard that before. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've always, that was kind of a hanging chad to me.
I think, I think that was I think when she said that line, that's where that came from.
Oh.
That people kept thinking that, because when she's saying that, there's always when it was in dire straits, and she said, she was telling him, I got to tell you this because, things are getting ready to get rough. Mm-hmm. And it just stood there. So I think that's where that came from. People thinking that was his son because they're like, what does she got to tell him,
Well, that's the chat of the night.
No joke. We all just went quiet at that one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I always thought that was a running kind of motif behind them.
Puts a whole new spin on shit.
Well, that puts a whole new spin on those lines of Beverly's too.
Yeah, because I mean,
God,
it just seems like he's always. I don't know. Forget it. I don't want to go into this anymore. I'm done. I'm done with those two idiots.
You know what? You're not the only one who's done. We're done here too. Yes. I think we have exhausted the hanging chads. Whew. Can't wait till election season is over.
Oh, God.
I'm tired.
Hopefully these are the only Chads we'll be thinking about after the election.
Exactly.
That's great. Yes.
So, Yvette, do you want to tell everybody where they can submit their hanging Chads to us and also let us know about unhung Chads that they might know of?
Unhung. I love it. You can find us at SyFysistas.com. That's SyFysistas.com. Join us on the mothership. That's MUTHASHIP and the SyFy Sistas Book Club, both on Facebook. Download the Trek Geeks Network app where you can find us and our family of podcasts on the Trek Geeks Network. On Instagram, sci-fi.sisters. And we are also on the Twitter at SyFy Sistas. Become a patron of SyFy Sistas today at patreon.com/SyFy Sistas. After listening to this podcast, please rate us and write a review. We may just read it on an upcoming episode.
You know what? we also have to shout out the baddest engineer in the universe, because that would be a hanging Chad if we didn't. He's responsible for all the music you hear on our show and all the production. And so if you need engineering skills or music production, you need to check out Dose, the anonymous one. Dose, 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 dose. I changed the song. Yes, I did. It's okay. All right. So it's DOS_THEANONYMOUS_1 on Instagram. Dose, you're amazing. We love you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for listening to us. And we love you. And see you next time. Peace, love, and hair grease. Hey, it's time for the shorty shout out. We want to say thank you to the following patrons for helping to bring the SyFy Sistas to you: Peter Heisler, Olga Kravchuk, Felicia Watkins Kimball, TJ Jackson Bay, Kelly McKinnon, Kaylia Zawacki, Sam Droke Dickinson, Stephanie Baker, Sailor Marge, Stephanie Dole, Starbase Centaur 4210 Productions, Jamal Taylor, Scott Jensen, Ann Bradley, J.R. Poole, Howard Hogan, L.M., The Chief Ernesto Castagna, Timothy Baum, Homer Frizzell, Dave A. Gregory, Eve England, David Boston, Karen Dramera, Sue K, Luce R, Anne Marie, Mohammed Noor, Susan B. Gruner, and Anna Post. Thank you all so much for your patronage.